Welcome back today. We have a truly exciting and highly valuable topic for all collectors and investors alike. We're diving deep into the world of Monticello Jefferson nickels, the 5-cent coins that have captured the hearts of numismatists worldwide. In this video, we will explore the top 10 rare Monticello Jefferson nickels in different conditions that are currently commanding huge values in the collector market. We'll discuss their fascinating history, unique features, rarity, condition significance, current market values in dollars, and even share tips for collectors who are serious about investing in these highly sought-after coins. By the end of this video, you'll have an insider's view into why these nickels are more than just small change. They are true treasures that can turn your collection into a goldmine. Let's get started. First up, the 1969 Monticello Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent piece that collectors all over the world have their eyes on. At first glance, this coin might look like just another worn and dirty nickel, but the truth is that even in this aged condition, it carries with it history, rarity, and the potential for surprising value in today's collector market. So, stick with me until the end of the video because we're about to uncover everything from its background, its unique features, why it's so highly demanded, what it's worth in today's action market, and tips for collectors who want to get the best out of this coin. The Jefferson nickel series first appeared in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had been circulating for decades. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel featured a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The coin became an instant part of American history, capturing both the image of one of the nation's founding fathers and the architectural beauty of Monticello. By the late 1960s, the nickel had already established itself as a collectible series, with each year and mint mark offering a new opportunity for collectors. The year 1969 was particularly interesting because nickels struck at the San Francisco Mint carried the small but important S mint mark, which automatically gave them a unique place in the Jefferson nickel lineup. What makes the 1969 Jefferson nickel so captivating isn't just its history but its unique features. The obverse displays Jefferson's left-facing profile, designed with a sense of dignity and strength, while the reverse presents the Monticello building in elegant detail. Over the years, circulation and use have caused many of these coins to become worn, scratched, and discolored, but that actually adds character to each piece. Every mark tells a story. Every scratch reminds us of the journey the coin has taken, from hands exchanging goods in the late 1960s to its discovery today as a collectible rarity. Even in dirty, aged condition, the 1969 nickel stands out because of that S mint mark. The San Francisco Mint has always been known for lower mintages compared to Philadelphia and Denver, making coins with that little S far more desirable. That mint mark, sitting proudly on the reverse near Monticello, is what pushes this nickel into the spotlight of numismatic attention. Now let's talk about rarity and condition. While millions of Jefferson nickels were minted in 1969, not all have survived the test of time. Most were heavily circulated, and many were lost or damaged. Finding one today, especially with the San Francisco S mark, is like holding onto a piece of the past that has grown rarer with every passing decade. Collectors know that rarity isn't just about low mintages, it's also about availability in today's market. Coins that look aged, worn, or dirty might seem less valuable to the untrained eye, but among collectors, even these pieces can be highly demanded. Why? Because they represent an authentic slice of history and are often the gateway to discovering even higher-grade examples. For many collectors, a worn 1969 nickel is the starting point of building a Jefferson nickel set, and it becomes a must-have addition to complete their collection. The fact that it's hard to find in circulation today makes it even more desirable. So, what about current market value in dollars? This is where things get exciting. In today's action market, where demand is constantly driving prices up, a 1969 Jefferson nickel can command far more than its face value of $10,000 to $20,000 even in worn, circulated condition. These coins can be worth $50,000 to collectors who are seeking to fill that 1969 spot in their albums. But the story doesn't stop there. Cleaner and higher-grade examples can skyrocket in price, with some reaching into the $520,000 depending on condition and rarity. Auction houses and online marketplaces have proven that there is consistent demand for this coin, and prices continue to show growth year after year. That means even if your coin looks aged and dirty, it still carries big value potential. Collectors who recognize the significance of the San Francisco Mint mark are willing to pay good money for it, which is why this nickel remains a hot item in today's numismatic scene. Now let's move into some tips for collectors. If you already own a 1969 Jefferson nickel, even in worn-out condition, the first tip is to hold on to it. These coins are becoming harder to find, and the longer you keep it, the more value it may gain over time. If you're buying, be sure to check for authenticity. Look for that clear S mint mark and ensure the coin matches the characteristics of Jefferson nickels from that era. Another tip is to pay attention to condition, but don't shy away from circulated examples. Even though pristine coins bring higher premiums, circulated coins have proven time and time again to attract steady demand from beginner collectors and seasoned numismatists alike. Storing the coin properly is also crucial. Protect it in a coin holder or case to prevent further scratches or discoloration. Lastly, keep an eye on market trends. Jefferson nickels, especially from the 1960s and 1970s, are seeing a surge in collector interest, and the 1969S is right at the center of this rising demand. As we come to a conclusion, let's recap what makes the 1969S Monticello Jefferson nickel so remarkable. It's not just another coin, it's a piece of American history, a symbol of Jefferson's legacy, and a product of the San Francisco Mint's lower mintages that make it rare and highly desirable. Even in worn and dirty condition, this nickel stands out because collectors know its true worth. Its unique features, from Jefferson's portrait to the elegant Monticello design, make it instantly recognizable. Its rarity in today's circulation makes it highly demanded. And its value in the current action market shows us that even small coins can carry big dollar potential. For collectors, the 1969S nickel isn't just about money. It's about passion, history, and the thrill of holding something rare in your hands. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1941 without a mint mark, a 5-cent piece that continues to amaze collectors and investors with its history, design, and potential value in today's market. If you are passionate about rare U.S. coins and always looking for opportunities that could add tremendous worth to your collection, then stay with me until the end of this video, because this coin has all the right elements of rarity, uniqueness, and rising demand. The history of the 1941 Jefferson nickel is fascinating. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and its design was inspired by America's third president, Thomas Jefferson. On the obverse, we see Jefferson's bust, a bold and iconic profile that represents leadership and vision. On the reverse, the coin features the famous Monticello Jefferson's Virginia home, which makes it a historically rich design. The year 1941 is particularly significant because it was right before the United States entered World War II, and soon after, the U.S. Mint changed the metal composition of these coins to save nickel for the war effort. That makes the 1941 issue one of the last in the early pre-war Jefferson nickel group, adding extra charm and historical importance to this specific year. When we look at the unique features of the 1941 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, we immediately notice that it was minted in Philadelphia. Coins without a mint mark during that period are often seen as special because Philadelphia was the main minting hub, producing coins with a high level of precision and detail. The sharpness of Jefferson's portrait, the details in his hair and coat, and the clarity of Monticello on the reverse side make this coin stand out. Collectors particularly admire pieces where the steps of Monticello are fully visible, known as full steps. And if your 1941 nickel displays this detail in excellent condition, then you are holding a coin that carries exceptional collector value. The rarity and condition of this coin are what fuel its high demand. While millions of these coins were minted, very few have survived in excellent condition, especially without damage, scratches, or heavy circulation wear. Coins from 1941 that are still sharp, shiny, and well-preserved are highly desirable today. Collectors place a premium on coins graded at the higher levels, especially in mint state condition. If you possess a 1941 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark that has maintained its brilliance, you are not just holding a piece of U.S. history, but also a rare asset that is becoming increasingly difficult to find. Now let's talk about the current market value in dollars, which is where things get really exciting. A 1941 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in regular circulated condition might not turn many heads, but once you step into the realm of excellent or near-perfect condition, the numbers skyrocket. Collectors and investors today are paying handsome amounts for high-grade examples. In auctions, coins graded in mint state with full steps can command impressive prices ranging from $350,000 depending on rarity and condition. The market is showing strong upward momentum for these early Jefferson nickels, and this trend is likely to continue as demand for vintage U.S. coins grows. This means that a simple 5-cent piece from 1941 can now be valued like a precious asset, proving that numismatics can be both a passion and a smart investment. For collectors, here are some important tips to maximize the potential of this coin. Always look for coins in excellent condition with sharp details. Protect your coins by storing them in proper holders or cases that prevent exposure to moisture, dust, and scratches. If you find a 1941 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark that still has its luster and crispness, consider having it graded by a professional grading service to authenticate its value and increase its market appeal. Building a collection around early Jefferson nickels, especially pre-war issues, can be a rewarding strategy, as these coins have both historical depth and financial potential. Networking with other collectors, attending coin shows, and staying active in online marketplaces will also help you stay ahead in the race for valuable coins. In conclusion, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1941 without a mint mark is not just another 5-cent piece. It is a rare, historically significant, and highly sought-after coin that holds tremendous value in today's market. Its background ties it to an important era in U.S. history, its design makes it a standout among American coinage, and its rarity and excellent condition makes it an absolute treasure for collectors. With values continuing to rise and demand growing stronger, this coin represents an opportunity that every serious collector should pay attention to. If you have one of these coins in your collection, cherish it, protect it, and know that you are holding something with both beauty and financial worth. Next up, the 1943 Jefferson nickel with the large S mint mark. This isn't just any ordinary nickel. This is a wartime silver coin, a piece of American history minted during one of the most critical moments of the 20th century. Collectors all over the world are hunting for this coin, and its demand is skyrocketing in today's action-packed coin market. If you own one or are lucky enough to find it in circulation, you could be holding on to a piece of treasure worth much more than its face value. So let's begin the journey and uncover everything about this amazing rare coin. The 1943 Jefferson nickel holds a special place in American coinage because it was produced during World War II, a time when nickel metal was urgently needed for the war effort. Instead of using nickel for coins, the U.S. Mint made a bold move and introduced what we now call the war nickels. These coins were made of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This change was not just practical. It was symbolic of the nation's sacrifice and determination during wartime. The San Francisco Mint, marked by the large S on the reverse, was one of the main facilities responsible for producing these silver nickels. Each coin tells a story of resilience, patriotism, and history, making it more than just money. It is a snapshot of an era when every resource counted. The 1943 Jefferson nickel with the large S mint mark is a standout in every way. First, its silver content sets it apart from regular nickels, giving it intrinsic value far beyond 5 cents. The most striking feature is the large S mint mark, clearly placed above Monticello on the reverse of the coin. This oversized mint mark was introduced to help identify the wartime silver nickels easily, and today it serves as a beacon for collectors. On the obverse, you see the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, which continues to be a timeless representation of American coinage. Its luster, even in fine condition, and the sharp details of Jefferson's profile paired with the bold large S mint mark make it one of the most attractive coins in the Jefferson nickel series. When it comes to rarity, the 1943 large S nickel is one of the most in-demand silver nickels in the series. Millions were minted, but over the decades, countless coins have been lost, melted, or heavily circulated, making well-preserved examples harder to find. Even in fine condition, collectors eagerly pursue this coin because it represents an affordable gateway into silver coin collecting, while still carrying the prestige of being a wartime issue. Its rarity lies not only in its silver composition but also in the growing demand among collectors who specialize in Jefferson nickels and wartime coinage. This coin is a true combination of history, scarcity, and desirability, and the demand continues to climb as more collectors recognize its importance. Now let's talk about the exciting part, the current market value of this incredible coin. In today's action market, the 1943 Jefferson nickel with the large S mint mark is commanding impressive prices. Even in fine condition, where some wear is visible but all details remain clear, these coins can sell from around $200,000, but the value climbs quickly depending on the grade. In very fine and extremely fine condition, the price can range from $500,000. And when you move into higher grades, such as uncirculated or mint state examples, values can soar into the $800,000. Specially certified coins with high grades or full-step designations on Monticello can reach even higher, fetching premium prices in auctions. Remember, the silver content alone gives this coin intrinsic value, but the collector demand is what truly makes it shine in today's market. For collectors, owning a 1943 large S. Jefferson nickel is like having a piece of treasure that connects you directly to America's wartime past. My tip is to always look closely at the condition of the coin. Even fine condition pieces are highly desirable, but if you can find well-preserved examples with strong details, you will have a coin that will grow in value over time. Always store your coin properly in a protective holder to avoid tarnishing or additional wear. If you are hunting for these nickels, check coin shows, reputable dealers, and online auctions where verified silver nickels are frequently available. And if you come across a Jefferson nickel from the war years, always flip it over and look for that large S mint mark. It could be your ticket to a valuable find. Collectors know that these wartime nickels are only becoming harder to find, so acquiring one today is a smart investment in both history and value. To sum it all up, the 1943 Jefferson nickel with the large S mint mark is more than just a 5-cent coin. It is a historic artifact, a silver wartime issue, and one of the most in-demand collectibles in today's market. With its patriotic background, unique design features, silver composition, and ever-rising demand, this coin deserves a top spot in any collection. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting your journey in coin collecting, the 1943 large S nickel is a must-have. Its value is strong today, and its demand will only continue to grow in the years ahead. So if you happen to find one in your collection or come across it at a coin show, cherish it, because you are holding a shining piece of history that collectors everywhere dream of owning. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1942 without a mint mark, a silver 5-cent coin that stands out as a true rarity in the numismatic world. This is not just another nickel, it is a coin with history, with beauty, and with an incredible story of value and demand in today's collector's market. By the end of this video, you will see why this coin is considered a shining example of American heritage and why serious collectors around the world are constantly searching for it. The Jefferson nickel series was first introduced in 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it featured the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse, and the magnificent Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. This design became an instant classic and is still admired to this very day. However, 1942 was a turning point year in American history. The United States was heavily involved in World War II, and resources like copper and nickel were needed for military equipment, weapons, and armor. To conserve these strategic metals, the U.S. Mint introduced a special wartime alloy for nickels, containing 35% silver. This was a rare and dramatic change, giving us what we now call the silver Jefferson nickels. The 1942 nickel without a mint mark is part of this legendary transformation, a coin born from necessity but destined for rarity and fame. Now let's talk about the unique features that make this coin so remarkable. Unlike the earlier standard nickels, the 1942 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark contains silver, which not only gives it a different metallic composition but also sets it apart visually and historically. The obverse proudly shows Thomas Jefferson's profile, crisp and elegant in its artistry. The reverse showcases Monticello, with stunning architectural details that reveal Schlag's original design in all its glory. Another key identifying factor is that the wartime silver nickels were distinguished by a large mint mark placed above Monticello on the reverse. However, the early 1942 nickels struck in Philadelphia carry no mint mark at all, which makes them even more distinctive and collectible. This lack of a mint mark is what excites collectors, because it ties directly to the unique production circumstances of that year, and it represents one of the rare transitional pieces in the Jefferson nickel series. The rarity of this coin is what truly fuels its high demand in the collector market. While millions of Jefferson nickels were struck over the years, the 1942 issue without a mint mark is a silver-based transitional coin that captures a unique moment in history. Collectors love coins that mark a change in composition, and this coin is exactly that. Furthermore, when we talk about excellent condition, the rarity multiplies significantly. Many of these coins circulated during wartime and beyond, meaning most examples show heavy wear. Finding one in excellent condition with sharp details on Jefferson's face, full steps on Monticello, and a bright silver appearance is a challenge. It is this challenge that makes collectors willing to pay a premium. The combination of historical importance, scarcity, silver composition, and condition all come together to make this coin a true prize. So what about the current market value in dollars? This is where things get very exciting. In today's numismatic marketplace, collectors and investors alike are looking for coins that combine both rarity and intrinsic value, and the 1942 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark fits that description perfectly. In circulated grades, this coin already commands a strong premium over face value, but when you enter the realm of excellent condition, the price climbs dramatically. Depending on the sharpness of strike, eye appeal, and grading, these coins can easily fetch $270,000 at auction. Some exceptional examples with full steps on Monticello have been known to reach into the thousands. The presence of silver gives it additional bullion value, but the collector value far surpasses the metal content. This is not a coin that sits forgotten in change. This is a coin that gets bid up aggressively whenever it appears in the marketplace. For collectors, owning a 1942 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is more than just holding a 5-cent piece. It is holding a piece of American wartime history and numismatic art. If you are looking to build a serious Jefferson nickel collection, this coin is a must-have. My tip for collectors is to focus on quality. Always look for coins in excellent condition, because condition is king in the marketplace. A bright, well-preserved coin with full detail will always be in high demand, and its value will continue to rise. Certified grading by professional services can also add to the appeal and trust in the marketplace, ensuring your coin achieves its full value potential. Another smart tip is to watch for auctions and estate sales, where hidden treasures sometimes surface. The 1942 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is often underestimated by casual sellers, but serious collectors know its true worth and seize the opportunity when they see it. As we wrap up this deep dive, let's bring it all together in conclusion. The Monticello Jefferson nickel of 1942 without a mint mark is not just an old 5-cent coin, it is a symbol of American resilience during World War II, a product of necessity that turned into a rare collectible gem. With its silver content, beautiful design, historical significance, and strong demand in the current market, it represents everything collectors look for in a coin. Its value today is proof that rarity, condition, and history are the key ingredients for numismatic success. For anyone interested in building a powerful collection or investing in coins with long-term growth, this piece is a shining star. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel 5 cents from 1979 with the D mint mark, found in extra fine condition and often considered a silver rarity that holds big value in today's action-packed numismatic market. This coin has not only become a sought-after treasure for collectors, but also a shining example of how American coinage continues to inspire curiosity and admiration across the world. The Monticello Jefferson nickel 5 cents from 1979 with the D mint mark, found in extra fine condition and often considered a silver rarity that holds big value in today's action-packed numismatic market. This coin has not only become a sought-after treasure for collectors, but also a shining example of how American coinage continues to inspire curiosity and admiration across the world. To understand the true significance of the 1979 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, we must begin with its history and background. The Jefferson nickel series was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It was designed to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and features his portrait on the obverse. The reverse proudly showcases Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia estate, which is one of the most iconic buildings in American history. By 1979, the series had already been in circulation for decades, but coins minted in Denver during this year stand out for their distinctive qualities, especially when preserved in higher grades. These nickels are more than just pocket change. They represent a chapter in U.S. history and a testament to craftsmanship in coin design. What makes the 1979 D Jefferson nickel truly unique are its features. On the obverse, Jefferson's profile captures both strength and dignity, reflecting his role as a founding father. The inscriptions include, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1979. On the reverse, the Monticello building is centered with incredible architectural detail, framed by the words E Pluribus Unum above, and the denomination 5 cents, and United States of America below. The mint mark D, located to the right of Monticello, indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, which is well known for striking coins that collectors now eagerly chase. While most nickels are made from a copper-nickel blend, certain coins discovered from this era display unusual characteristics, often described in the collector world as silver-like in their luster, appearance, or rarity. This gives the 1979 D nickel an extra layer of desirability, especially for those who recognize the hidden gems within American coinage. Now, when we talk about rarity, condition plays an equally important role. Many 1979 D nickels were circulated heavily, and as a result, finding one in pristine condition can be a challenge. However, when the coin surfaces in extra fine condition, the demand rises significantly. Extra fine means that while the coin shows light wear from circulation, most of the major design details remain sharp and visible. Jefferson's hairlines, Monticello's steps, and the inscriptions all retain strong clarity. Collectors are always on the hunt for coins in such states because they represent both historical circulation and remarkable preservation. The combination of a 1979 Denver minting, its silver-like appearance, and an extra fine grade transforms this coin from ordinary pocket change into a prized collectible. The action in today's market surrounding the 1979 D Jefferson nickel is impressive. Collectors from across the world are increasingly recognizing the value of these coins, especially in higher conditions. While common nickels may not fetch much, the rare extra fine or higher grade examples are commanding big interest and big dollars in auctions and private sales. Depending on condition, eye appeal, and collector demand, the 1979 D in extra fine can be seen as a high-value piece with the potential to grow even further as numismatic appreciation expands. The silver-like quality and unique minting background amplify its worth, making it a must-have coin for serious collectors and investors. In a market where attention is shifting toward rare Jefferson nickels, this coin stands out as a shining star with strong upward momentum. For collectors, there are a few important tips to keep in mind when seeking out or handling a 1979 D Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition. First, always examine the coin under proper lighting to ensure the details of Jefferson's portrait and Monticello remain intact. A coin that shows strong step lines on Monticello is particularly desirable. Second, storing the coin properly is essential to maintaining its value. Use protective holders or coin flips that are acid-free to prevent tarnishing. Third, always keep documentation of the coin's grade and origin, as authenticity and condition verification add even more weight in the eyes of buyers and fellow collectors. And finally, be vigilant about market trends. With rare nickels like this one, prices can surge quickly, and having your coin ready for sale at the right time could mean a substantial profit. As we conclude this deep dive into the 1979 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark in extra fine condition, it is clear that this coin has carved out its own special place in the world of numismatics. It combines history, artistry, rarity, and market demand in a way that makes it incredibly attractive. From its striking design to its silver-like luster and from its Denver mint origin to its current action in the coin market, the 1979 D Jefferson nickel shines as one of the treasures worth holding onto. Collectors are not just acquiring a piece of currency, they are preserving a story, a legacy, and a tangible connection to America's rich past. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1963 with a Denver mint mark. This 5-cent piece is not only an everyday coin that once passed through the hands of millions of Americans, but today it holds a special place in the world of rare coin collecting, especially when we talk about fine condition examples and those that carry that bright silver-like appearance. Collectors everywhere are constantly on the lookout for this coin because of its history, its demand, and its growing market value in dollars. In this video, we'll take you on a complete journey, from its origin to its unique features, to its rarity, and then straight into today's market action where prices are climbing higher and higher. If you're a coin lover, a collector, or just curious about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, this is a video you do not want to miss. To begin, let's step back in time to understand the history and background of this nickel. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had been in circulation since 1913. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, the coin was meant to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. On the obverse, we see a left-facing portrait of Jefferson, dignified and strong, while the reverse proudly displays his Virginia home, Monticello, with its classical design. Now by 1963, the United States Mint was producing these coins in huge numbers to keep up with the needs of a growing economy. The Denver Mint, marked by the small D mint mark, struck hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels that year. But despite the high mintage, finding a well-preserved coin today, one that shines with that silver color shade and stands the test of time, is a challenge. That's exactly why the 1963 D nickel has become a gem for collectors in today's market. The unique features of the 1963 D Jefferson nickel are what make it stand out to numismatists and investors alike. Its design is crisp and full of detail, with Jefferson's portrait showcasing sharp lines, and the Monticello building often displaying clear columns and steps in finer examples. But what sets apart the most desirable pieces is the luster, that silver-like appearance that gives these coins an almost precious metal look even though they are primarily composed of copper and nickel. In fine condition, the coin holds its character, its details are visible, and its overall eye appeal makes it highly attractive for collectors who want something affordable yet full of historical and artistic value. The Denver Mint mark beneath the Monticello adds that final touch, reminding us that this coin came from one of the busiest mints in the country during a pivotal era in American history. Now let's talk about rarity and condition, because this is where the 1963 D. Jefferson nickel really begins to shine. While millions were produced, not many survived in collectible quality. Most were heavily circulated, worn down in daily use, and lost their detail. But coins that remain in fine condition and above, with strong detail and that silver shade, are increasingly rare. Collectors love coins that not only tell a story but also look appealing in a collection. When you combine condition with demand, you get scarcity, and scarcity always drives value. That is why the 1963 D nickel in fine condition is considered a prize. It stands out from the masses of worn-down examples and takes its place as a coin worth keeping, worth trading, and worth investing in. Turning our attention to the current market value in dollars, this is where things get exciting. The action in today's numismatic market shows us just how valuable these coins have become. A standard circulated 1963 D Jefferson nickel may only fetch a few cents over face value, but when you look at coins in fine condition, with that rare silver shade and strong details, the prices climb sharply. Collectors are willing to pay premiums because they know how hard it is to find quality examples. In today's market, fine condition pieces can sell anywhere from $100,000 to much higher depending on eye appeal, luster, and collector demand. And when you move into extremely fine or even uncirculated examples, prices can jump dramatically, sometimes crossing into the $500,000 for the very best preserved coins. The truth is, this coin has high demand, and that demand is not slowing down. Every year, more collectors enter the hobby, and as they search for complete Jefferson nickel sets, the 1963 D in fine condition becomes an essential piece, pushing its value higher and higher. For collectors who are watching this video, there are some important tips to keep in mind when searching for or investing in a 1963 D Jefferson nickel. First, always pay attention to the condition. Even small details like sharper steps on the Monticello or clearer lines in Jefferson's hair can increase value dramatically. Next, always protect your coins once you own them. Using coin holders, albums, or slabs from professional grading services can ensure that the coin retains its condition and continues to gain value in the future. Another tip is to study the market trends. As demand increases, prices move upward, so it's wise to acquire coins when you see opportunities. Many collectors also focus on building complete sets of Jefferson nickels, and having the 1963 D in fine condition or higher gives your collection an edge, making it more appealing and more valuable overall. Remember, this is not just a coin, it is an investment, and like any investment, knowledge and timing can make a huge difference in the rewards you gain. As we come to the conclusion of this video, it's clear that the 1963 D Monticello Jefferson nickel in fine condition is a coin with huge potential in today's rare coin market. Its history ties it to one of America's founding fathers, its design captures both artistry and national pride, and its condition rarity makes it stand out among countless circulated examples. Collectors worldwide are seeking this coin, and its value continues to grow as demand outpaces supply. Whether you are new to coin collecting or a seasoned expert, this is one coin you definitely want to keep an eye on. It represents not only a piece of history but also a smart move in the world of numismatics. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel 5 cents from 1954 without a mint mark, in very fine condition. This coin has become a gem in the eyes of serious collectors, not just because of its age, but also due to its unique features, rarity, and the growing demand in today's numismatic market. Stay tuned as we uncover its rich history, special characteristics, and its powerful place in today's auction scene, where it commands an impressive value in dollars. The story of the Jefferson nickel begins in 1938 when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel features the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse, and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The design was meant to honor Jefferson's role as a statesman, philosopher, and founding father, while also showcasing Monticello as a symbol of his legacy. By 1954, the Jefferson nickel had already been in circulation for over a decade and a half, and coins from this period carry a historical charm, representing post-war America during a time of optimism, growth, and prosperity. The 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is particularly fascinating. The lack of a mint mark indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Collectors find these Philadelphia issues captivating because they represent the heart of U.S. coinage production during that era. While millions were struck, finding one today in very fine condition is becoming increasingly challenging. The crispness of Jefferson's portrait, the details of Monticello's architecture on the reverse, and the overall luster that remains in very fine examples make these coins especially attractive for collectors who want a solid addition to their collection. One of the unique features of the 1954 Jefferson nickel is its composition. Many people often forget that certain Jefferson nickels produced during the 1940s were made of silver due to wartime demands. By 1954, however, the U.S. Mint had returned to the traditional composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, but coins from this era are often considered silver-like because of their striking appearance and metallic shine when preserved in very fine or higher condition. Collectors cherish these nickels because they capture that classic silvery look, making them stand out in displays and giving them a distinct visual appeal. Rarity is what transforms an ordinary coin into a collector's prize, and the 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark has earned its place in the spotlight. Though millions were minted, the survival rate of coins in very fine condition is much lower. Circulation took its toll on most nickels of the 1950s, and it is increasingly rare to encounter one that has maintained sharp detail and smooth surfaces after all these years. Collectors know that condition is king, and a very fine example from 1954 is more than just a coin, it's a survivor of its era, a preserved piece of American history. As demand grows for mid-century coinage, especially those tied to Jefferson's legacy, the appeal of this nickel continues to skyrocket. Today's auction market is showing extraordinary strength for coins like this. A 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in very fine condition commands strong interest from bidders, and prices are steadily climbing. Depending on the collector base, auction setting, and competition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $300,000 to significantly higher figures when interest intensifies. The market is proving time and again that quality vintage coins remain highly sought after, and the Jefferson nickel is no exception. Collectors and investors recognize its potential, and as more people enter the hobby seeking tangible assets with historical value, coins like the 1954 no-mint Jefferson nickel are gaining immense momentum in dollar value. For collectors looking to add this coin to their portfolio, a few tips can go a long way. First, always focus on condition. A very fine example will always hold higher value than one with heavy wear. Look for strong details in Jefferson's hair and Monticello's steps, as these are key indicators of preservation. Second, consider grading. Having your coin certified by a trusted grading service can enhance its desirability and value in the market. Third, pay attention to provenance and rarity. Coins with clear, well-documented history often attract more competitive bidding at auctions. Finally, stay connected to the numismatic community. Online forums, collector shows, and reputable auction houses are excellent places to both acquire and sell coins like this at maximum value. The conclusion is clear. The 1954 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in very fine condition is more than just a 5-cent piece. It is a symbol of American history, artistry, and legacy. Its strong presence in today's collector market demonstrates that even coins which once circulated freely in pockets and purses can now stand as valuable treasures worth significant sums in dollars. With its unique background, increasing rarity, and rising market demand, this coin is a must-have for serious collectors and a wise choice for those looking to invest in rare and tangible assets. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel 5 cents from 1962 with a D mint mark. What makes this coin even more fascinating is when it appears in unique color shade condition, giving it a silver-like appearance that makes it stand out as one of the most desirable finds for any collector. Stay with me until the end of this video, because we're going to uncover everything you need to know about this special piece, from its background and history to its present-day demand and high market value in dollars. The story of the Jefferson nickel begins in 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. The U.S. Mint wanted a fresh design, and sculptor Felix Schlag created the iconic image of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with his famous Monticello home in Virginia featured on the reverse. This design has been one of the longest-running in American coinage history. By 1962, the nation was experiencing a period of growth and prosperity, and nickels struck during this year reflect not only a piece of currency but also a part of American history. The Denver Mint, indicated by the small D mint mark, produced millions of these coins, but the unique qualities of the 1962D nickel in color shade or silver-like condition make it stand apart from the ordinary strikes. One of the most unique features of this 1962D Jefferson nickel is its distinct appearance when preserved or found in unusual toning or color shade. Some examples appear with a brilliant silver-like surface that catches the eye immediately. Unlike typical circulated nickels, these special coins carry an aura of rarity because of their preserved luster, strike quality, and condition. Collectors are always searching for coins with exceptional eye appeal, and the 1962D in this silver-toned or special shade condition has become a top favorite in the market. The Monticello building on the reverse, with its clean details, columns, and steps, adds to its aesthetic appeal when found in sharp strike and color-enhanced condition. Rarity plays a major role in the demand for this coin. While the Denver Mint produced a large number of nickels in 1962, not many survived decades in exceptional condition, and even fewer retained unusual color shades that collectors call silver or rainbow tones. Coins that appear in these conditions are not just average finds. They are treasures that collectors compete over. When we talk about rarity, it is not just about how many were minted, but about how many have survived in extraordinary state. The 1962D with unique silver-like color shade is considered a rare variation that elevates its status in the numismatic world. The condition of the coin is another powerful factor. Collectors seek coins that are sharp in detail, with Jefferson's hairlines visible, the steps of Monticello distinct, and the overall surfaces showing brilliance. When you combine high condition with rare toning, the result is a coin of exceptional beauty and demand. Collectors are always ready to pay a premium for coins that stand above the ordinary. This is exactly why the 1962D Monticello nickel in color shade silver condition is viewed as a prize. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part for today's collectors and investors, the current market value in dollars. In the numismatic market today, coins of this type and condition are commanding strong prices. Ordinary circulated 1962D nickels may only bring small amounts, but when you have a piece in rare silver color shade condition, the value skyrockets. Collectors have been paying hundreds and in some cases even $900,000 for these unique specimens, depending on grade, toning, and overall appearance. Auction houses and online markets have shown remarkable bidding wars for coins of this type, reflecting the high demand. As the market continues to grow, the value of these coins is projected to climb even higher, making them not only a collector's dream but also a smart investment for the future. For collectors who are interested in acquiring or preserving a 1962D Jefferson nickel, there are some important tips. First, always look for coins that exhibit natural color shades or silver-like luster. These qualities are what set them apart in the marketplace. Second, condition matters greatly, so coins that are uncirculated or in mint state are far more valuable. Using proper storage methods such as coin holders or slabs will help preserve the color and prevent damage. Third, consider professional grading, as certified coins often bring significantly higher prices due to buyer confidence. Finally, stay updated on auction records and collector forums, because trends in the market can give you insights into when and how to buy or sell. In conclusion, the 1962D Monticello Jefferson nickel in silver color shade condition is far more than just a 5-cent piece of U.S. currency. It is a piece of history, an artistic masterpiece, and a rare treasure that continues to rise in demand and value. Collectors worldwide are chasing after these coins, and their presence in the marketplace today reflects their status as one of the highly sought-after nickels in American numismatics. If you are fortunate enough to own one, consider yourself holding a coin of both historical significance and financial promise. For those still searching, the journey is worth it, because the rewards of finding such a rare gem can be tremendous. Next up, the Monticello Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the year 1947 without a mint mark. What makes this coin stand out is not just its historical connection and timeless design, but its rarity in pristine uncirculated condition. Collectors around the globe are actively seeking this coin because it holds both monetary and historical value, and in today's active market, its worth is truly impressive in dollars. If you are a passionate coin collector or someone just getting started, you will want to pay close attention because this coin represents one of the most exciting opportunities in U.S. coinage. To appreciate the importance of the 1947 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, we must first step back into history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and it was designed by Felix Schlag. The obverse of the coin features a strong portrait of America's third president, Thomas Jefferson, a figure remembered for his role in drafting the Declaration of Independence and his vision for a democratic nation. On the reverse side, Schlag created a depiction of Monticello Jefferson's magnificent Virginia estate, which symbolizes his intellectual depth, architectural taste, and contributions to America's legacy. By 1947, the United States was emerging from the challenges of World War II, and coinage once again returned to its traditional copper-nickel alloy after the special wartime silver issues. The 1947 nickel represents this return to normalcy, but in uncirculated condition, it stands as a frozen piece of history, capturing the spirit of that transitional period in American life. What makes this coin truly unique are its design and craftsmanship. The Jefferson portrait on the obverse showcases remarkable detail when found in uncirculated condition. The sharpness of Jefferson's hair, the clean contours of his coat, and the crisp lettering all bring the design to life in a way that circulated examples simply cannot replicate. On the reverse, the Monticello design stands proud with its classical architecture, with the word Monticello clearly inscribed along with the motto E Pluribus Unum and United States of America. The absence of a mint mark signifies that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which historically produced coins in large quantities, but very few have survived in untouched, uncirculated condition. That is what elevates its importance for collectors. It is not just a coin, it is an artifact that has preserved its original beauty for decades. Rarity is the heart of coin collecting, and the 1947 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in uncirculated condition is a perfect example of why collectors value these pieces so highly. While millions were minted, the vast majority entered circulation, where they became worn down through everyday use. Only a small fraction remained untouched, stored away carefully, and preserved in mint state condition. These are the coins that command attention in today's market. Collectors understand that finding an uncirculated example from 1947 without flaws or heavy marks is a challenge, and this scarcity drives demand. The rarity is amplified by the fact that Jefferson nickels from this era are often overlooked compared to more famous coins, which means dedicated collectors who recognize their hidden value have a strong advantage. Now, let's turn to the exciting part, the current market value in dollars. The coin market today is more vibrant than ever, and collectors are willing to pay significant amounts for coins that combine historical appeal, condition, and rarity. A 1947 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in average circulated condition may not attract much attention, but in uncirculated condition, the story changes dramatically. Depending on the grade, these coins can command values ranging from $450,000 for high-end examples, and those certified at top mint state grades can even reach into the million in major auctions. Pristine specimens have caught the eye of bidders, leading to remarkable prices that reflect the increasing recognition of this coin's value. The demand is strong, and as more collectors realize the importance of Jefferson nickels in U.S. numismatic history, the trajectory of this coin's market value is only moving upward. For collectors looking to add this treasure to their portfolio, a few tips can help make the journey both rewarding and profitable. Always look for coins that are certified by trusted grading services, as this guarantees authenticity and provides an accurate assessment of the coin's condition. Focus on coins with sharp strikes and full details, particularly in Jefferson's hair and Monticello's steps, which are often areas of weakness. Eye appeal also matters. Coins with bright, original luster and minimal marks are always in greater demand. Another key tip is to act early, as the prices of these coins continue to rise with growing collector interest. Adding a 1947 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel in uncirculated condition to your collection now can prove to be not only a point of pride but also a wise financial investment in the future. As we come to the conclusion of this deep dive, it is clear that the 1947 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in uncirculated condition is a coin of remarkable significance. It embodies history, artistry, and rarity all in one. Its design pays tribute to one of America's greatest founding fathers. Its uncirculated condition captures the beauty of its original strike, and its scarcity ensures that it remains in high demand among collectors. In today's coin market, where collectors are constantly searching for pieces of both value and story, this nickel shines as a hidden gem with the potential to bring both financial reward and personal satisfaction. So, if you are passionate about rare coins and want to build a collection that stands out, the 1947 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is a coin you cannot overlook. Its rising market value and historical importance make it a must-have for serious collectors. Next up, we're talking about the Monticello Jefferson nickel 5-cent coin from the year 1960, struck with a D mint mark in Denver, and known for its unique and stunning color shade condition. This coin is more than just an everyday nickel. It has a rich history, unique features, and an incredible level of rarity that makes it one of the most sought-after collectibles in today's action-packed coin market. If you're passionate about rare coins, or you're searching for those hidden treasures that can hold massive dollar value, then stay tuned, because this 1960 D. Jefferson nickel could be your gateway into a world of high demand and exciting opportunities. Let's start with a little history and background of this remarkable coin. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The design was created by artist Felix Schlag, and it featured the portrait of the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse, with his famous home Monticello on the reverse. For decades, this design remained one of the most recognized and circulated coins in America. By 1960, the Jefferson nickel had already been around for over 20 years, but coins minted in that year carried their own charm, especially those with a Denver mint mark. The 1960s were a time of transition in American coinage, leading up to the silver shortages and changes in composition later in the decade. This makes any coin from this period a fascinating piece of history, and the 1960 D. Jefferson nickel stands out as a shining example. Now, what makes this coin truly stand apart are its unique features. The obverse carries a strong, bold profile of Jefferson, with fine details in the hair and facial features. On the reverse, Monticello is proudly displayed with its clean architectural lines and elegant simplicity. But when we speak of the 1960 D nickel in color shade condition, we're entering a whole new realm of rarity. Coins that develop natural toning or striking shades over time are considered far more appealing to collectors. These shades can range from golden hues to iridescent blues, purples, and greens, and each toned coin becomes a one-of-a-kind masterpiece of nature and time. That's what makes the color shade condition so highly desirable. The coin transforms into both a historical artifact and a piece of art. The rarity of this coin is what drives its demand. While millions of nickels were minted in Denver in 1960, only a very small fraction have survived in pristine or collectible condition with such striking toning. Most nickels entered circulation, got worn down, and lost their luster. But when you find one in color shade condition, you are holding something extraordinary. Collectors know that toned coins are unique, and the 1960 D in particular carries both its age and its artistic natural beauty as a badge of honor. Add to this the fact that the coin belongs to a beloved series, and you have a combination of rarity, condition, and demand that pushes its value far higher than its face value of $50,000. In today's action market, the 1960 D Monticello Jefferson nickel in color shade condition is commanding strong prices. Depending on the vibrancy of the toning, the preservation of the details, and whether the coin has been graded by a professional service, these coins can fetch anywhere from $800,000 in auctions and private sales. The most spectacular examples, with brilliant rainbow toning or deep natural hues, are seen as masterpieces and can sell for extremely high premiums. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for such coins, and the demand continues to grow as more people enter the numismatic market. The silver-like appearance of some toned examples further enhances their appeal, as it gives the coin a striking visual quality that makes it stand out even among other Jefferson nickels. For collectors, there are several tips to keep in mind when dealing with the 1960 D Jefferson nickel. First, always pay close attention to the color shade condition. The toning should be natural and attractive, not artificial or altered. Coins that have been tampered with lose much of their value, while naturally toned coins hold their premium and continue to appreciate. Second, grading plays an important role. Submitting your coin to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC can unlock its full potential in the market. Third, handle your coin carefully. A single scratch or fingerprint can dramatically reduce its value. Always store it in protective holders and keep it away from moisture and contaminants. Finally, stay informed about the market. Auction results, collector forums, and coin shows are excellent ways to track demand and learn about current dollar values. By staying active, you can position yourself to make the most of your investment in this rare coin. As we conclude, it's clear that the Monticello Jefferson nickel 5-cent coin from 1960 with a D mint mark in color shade condition is not just a collectible, it's a treasure. With its rich history, timeless design, unique natural toning, and undeniable rarity, it holds a place of honor in the world of numismatics. Collectors all over the globe are actively seeking out these coins, and their values in today's action market reflect that massive demand. What was once a simple nickel is now a highly prized possession, A coin that tells a story of America's past while also offering exciting opportunities for the future. Thank you for watching this deep dive into one of the most valuable Jefferson nickels of the 20th century. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible insights into rare and valuable coins. And remember, the next time you come across an old nickel, take a closer look. It might just be the 1960 Monticello Jefferson nickel in color shade condition, waiting to reveal its hidden worth. Stay passionate, keep collecting, and we'll see you in the next video.